The good thing about this is that once you have the specification done for your API, you can benefit for a wide set of toolings. Specifically, we could find 4 types of toolings. Tools. Editors. We can have some apps that allow you to easily create the spec. You don't need to know and dive into the JSON and the YAML. You can have a graphical way to specify the API, and it generates a valid OAS. You can have also some low-level tools, so to do some parsing, some generation. You can have some user interfaces tools that are widgets or components that can work together with the specification. So, for example, you can render the specification for a user-friendly way for a developer, for the document, for the reference guide. And finally, you can have code generators. That's one of the most powerful things. You have tools for many languages. You get the specification and create the scaffolding in the different languages. I'm going to just give you 4 examples, one for each of the elements. You can have the whole list in the specification website. There are different languages: Java, TypeScript, C#, several languages. Let's go to the example. So, for example, from the editor perspective, one brand new tool, because it was released a month ago, 2 months ago, is Apicurio Studio, that is made by Red Hat, and they have created this visual environment where you can just clicking, and you don't need to know a lot about the specification, and it guides you through the creation of the API design. And they work with both B2 and B3, and can register that specification in a repository, in a GitHub repository. From the perspective of user interface tooling, a good example is Lincoln. Lincoln is a tool that allows you in interfaces with the React framework that you create with a React framework. It allows you to create like a widget where you render the specification in a very beautiful way. So you can send this URL to developers, and they see how to work with your API. From the perspective of code generation, Swagger was the first and the most powerful. They have created a set of different tools, and one of them that is very powerful is the editor, but they have different projects for the generator itself. You can isolate the generator. We will see that in the demo, that you can put the specification and generate to a list of more than, I would say, 20 languages, different languages. And from the perspective of low level, an example could be the OATs, or Open API Test Templates. That is very interesting because it allows the developer with an Open API specification to generate automatically a set of test cases for the typical things in a REST API. And it is without any other information than the Open API specification. You have a minimal starting point to test your API. And that's very interesting. You just generate, and then you get the test ready to be launched. We will hopefully show that in the hands-on.